変身。さあここからがハイライトだ。
Hey guys, welcome back to Brand again. Yesterday was finally the day of Kamen Geats episode 1. So, today is September 5th, 2022. So, just 1 year ago was Revise's episode 1. And just thinking about it, I still remember how I watched it, where I watched it, when I watched it, and what interrupted me at the moment. And I don't know, but for me, Revise's first episode was still the best out of every Reiwa rider. I'd say Revise's, Geats, or Zero Ones, and then Saber at the very last. Because I don't know, it's just a bit weird, Saber's first episode. But then I think for now, Saber is still the very best Reiwa rider series. So yeah, Kamen Rider Geats episode 1. I'm gonna be doing a review like I usually do for Revise, but I stopped doing that. But there's a fly. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this every week, but I don't know if I can, because especially now, because I have offline school, not online anymore. So I have more busier school schedule. So yeah, Kamen Rider Geats episode 1. So it starts with Ukiyo and Sumuri. So I really like the scenery on this scene. It's just a fresh way to start the series, to start the first scene of episode 1, and I just love this. And so what happens in the scene? So Sumuri gives a driver, the desired driver, plus Kitsune ID core to Ukiyo, which we see right away is like a guy that's not like Aruto or Sogo or Toma or Iki. He's more of a Sento guy, and I love this already. Even though his character doesn't really appear that much, and it's not like, for me, I think the main focus of this episode is to Sakurai. It's because we need to learn about the Desire Grand Prix along with Sakurai as our point of view person. So yeah, Ukiyo. Sumuri gives the driver to Ukiyo, to Esu, but Esu just says, yeah, I know I'm gonna be a rider. So Sumuri says, congratulations, you're a rider starting from today. He just says, yeah, I know already. So if my understandings are correct from every rumor, every theory, every magazine scan, every synopsis I've read before, I think Esu is the one that's controlling this world. So Esu has created these worlds through the Desire Grand Prix winner, Wish, and he won that several times, as we see in the show later on, in episode 1 later on. But every time he makes he wins, he makes a new world with everyone forgetting everything they've been through in the last world, with all the riders, with their experience becoming a rider. They just forget all of that, and then there's just new people that come into the game. I don't know if he's just doing this for fun, or he's doing this because of something, a hidden motive. Okay, so after the title card, so of course there's no opening for episode 1, but from what I heard, from what we can hear a little bit of in the ending, the opening is so good that it's like a combination of Almighty and Live Devil, and maybe just a sprinkle of Real Eyes. I don't know, it's like calm. The song, it's calm, but then there's also like a high low tempo, and it's like and it's just so cool. And all the background sounds, the background music that they use in this episode is perfect, especially when Geats is fighting for the first time. The slow piano when he's henching is so good that it switches to an action musical background, which is so good. Okay, so first scene, we of course see our secondary character, which is our point of view character for this. So we're learning along with him. He's Sakurai Keiwa, or maybe the other characters will call him Keiwa because Sakurai is his family name and she has a sister, so it might get confusing if they call him Sakurai. I mean, Sakurai is a better first name than Keiwa. But still, for me, this character in this episode is not a really good character. Just like Iki, where the character is supposed to be good with everything that he's gone through, but the acting is not to the max. But this is still the first episode, so we'll worry about that later. So he's just a college student and he's looking for a job now. He just graduated, and we see the CEO of this business, which is Kamen Rider Ginpen. We only see him for a couple of seconds, but we know that that's Kamen Rider Ginpen or Takahito Taira. Takahito Taira. And we'll see him debut as Kamen Rider Ginpen in the next episode along with all the other riders. And yeah, we go to the temple, the base, the temple where Sumuri tells the players the next mission, and we see this on the screen. So when I saw this, I understood more of what this game is. So every 6 months a new game, not every 6 months actually, from 6 months from start to finish is the game. So not every day they get a new mission maybe, but for the sake of the series, maybe now every episode they get a new mission. Like, for my understanding, I think there's a certain spot every time there's a new mission where there's the Yamato, and that's where they drop down from the temple, or they teleport from the temple to there, and they can fight the Yamato there and save people there to get points to win the Desire Grand Prix. And to my understanding here, there's at least 50 players from start to finish that has all lost. Only 3 remaining, which is Ukiyo, Michinaga Azuma, Kamen Rider Buffa, and who's his name again? I have to search it up first. I forgot. Okay, so we have Kamen Rider Geats, Kamen Rider Buffa, and Kamen Rider Shiro Takeshi Gotokuji. So all of these people that has lost has died in real life. So it's like Squid Game, but it's not Squid Game. It's actually not Squid Game. I don't know how to explain it, but in Squid Game, there's no like these magical desire things that when you win, you get this really cool thing that you can wish anything from. In Squid Game, you get money because you're broke before you join the game, and you have to pay debt. But in this, everyone has different motives. Actually, they don't get to choose whether they want to join or not. So, but they still have motives, of course. If they win, they want to do this. But I think Esu's motive every time he wins is to make a new world, maybe the exact same world that was last time. Plus, also the Desire Grand Prix with some changes maybe. But in this last final game, we have Michinaga Azuma, Takeshi Gotokuji, and Ukiyo to fight the castle, the Yamato castle that we'll get into later. So now we have Keiwa and her sister played by Nene Shida. Shida Kohaku's sister. She's playing Oni's sister now, or Haruka Kito. Now they're both in Tokusatsu, which is amazing. So she's playing here Sara Sakurai, the sister of Sakurai Keiwa. I don't know if she's gonna be like appearing in every episode, but for now, she's just disappeared. But I hope that she's still in the series, because you did all those work to promote like she's in the series, and now you're just gonna make her disappear after appearing for an amount of screen time that's like less than 30 minutes. And she's a side character that you've announced in the cast. So, yeah. So they're eating soba. After Keiwa got his interview didn't go as well as planned. So they're eating soba now. And then while eating soba, Sara, his sister, is watching Neon Kurama's vlog. So Neon Kurama is of course our tertiary rider, Kamen Rider Nago. So she's a celebrity influencer that doesn't really want to be a celebrity. She just wants to be a random person that can walk around everywhere she wants without getting stopped by bodyguards that we see later on, just after the scene. And yeah, so she just wants to be a random person and not a celebrity influencer. Then all of a sudden, this wall appears between Sara and Keiwa. So they're just confused on what this is. They're like invisible barricades. And my understanding is that, for example, this is Japan. But there's a mission from the Desire Grand Prix that circulates only around here. So, but pretend this is just a random part of Tokyo. And then there's this random circle that's there for Desire Grand Prix's mission. So then, it's so coincidental that the barrier is between Sara and Keiwa. So Keiwa's part is of course the part where the mission is held and the Yamato will come. But in Sara's side, she's protected and she'll be probably released after a mission. But since this is the last mission, everything will just disappear and the new world will come. So then, Yamato's attack. Especially the Yamato kimono. The kimono Yamatos. They run from him. Only Keiwa, because Sara is on the safe side. Keiwa runs, meets Neon because she's also in the place in the side where the Yamatos can attack them. So yeah, they are here just like in the trailer. Our secondary and tertiary rider. They're probably gonna have like a special connection like Fu and Yuo, where we're gonna love their relationship and their fighting skills together. And yeah, they get attacked by Yamatos, but then thankfully either Shiro comes or Takeshi comes to save them. So I don't know if his true motives are to save those two for extra points, or because his reason later is that he is a firefighter and he wants to save as much people as he can. So Kamen Rider Shiro with his arrow form, he made it all the way from bottom to top with only entry form plus arrow. Because Buffa has his zombie and Ace has his magnum and boost. So yeah. But sadly, what happens next is just sad. So Kamen Rider Buffa comes and attacks some Yamato, and because of that, he gets up top of the leaderboards to the first place, beating Esu and Takeshi. So Esu's in the third place. Where is he now? Turns out he's taking things way too relaxing. He's just relaxing in the waiting area and playing with his little coin there. Maybe this little coin will play a part in this series as his lucky charm, or his thing, like his coin where there's heads and tails, and maybe that's like his wheel choice, and like wheel of choices, and then he flips heads, he fights, he flips tails, he runs. So maybe that coin means a lot to him, and he's willing to play heads and tails every time to find out what he's gonna do next, because we see him a lot of times in this episode flipping coins and doing things right after that. Because right after he flipped this coin, he pulled out Boost, went to the temple, summoned his bike. What is his name again? Boost bike. The bike, and just jumps out of the temple, which is located high in the sky, runs down, and drives to the location where there's Yamato. So Takeshi and Henshin's, and then he introduces himself as Takeshi Gotokuji, a firefighter that wants to save lives, but in doing so, he can't save himself. And then Kamen Rider Buffa comes, Azuma Michinaga. They talk about how this is the final mission, and there's gonna be the castle, the Yamato Castle, that comes as the final boss. So it's like episode 1, but it's actually the final episode. But it's episode 1. But for Esu, Takeshi, and Azuma, it's the final episode. It's their final fight. And sadly, Takeshi doesn't survive. So he dies, just like that. He gets pushed back, and then he dies. And I don't like this. I mean, yeah, he's not in the poster, but he was in like the main cast list. And why did you even put him there in the first place? If you already have an idea that he's gonna die, just put him there and people will be shocked. Wow, it's Kyoryu Blue. See, people will be excited and then they'll be disappointed right away though. So it's the same thing. But why would you do that if you know he's gonna die in the first episode? So his ID core breaks and mission failed. Game over for him. And then because of the castle, the building collapsed. KY is still up in the building, he's safe. But Neon falls down, and just in time for Esu to save her. And then somehow, in 10 seconds of Esu and Neon conversation, in their 10 seconds of conversation, Keiwa comes down. But how? He didn't get saved by Azuma because he was still up there fighting. How did he get down so fast? Okay, whatever. I mean, sometimes logic in any movie is just not explainable. So, yeah, Keiwa, I think you're gifted. Okay, so now the moment everybody has been waiting for, Kamen Rider Geats Henshin. This Henshin is so simple, yet it's so cool. So he puts in Magnum, he turns around, does that, and snaps. It's just so simple, and it's so cool, and shows like a part of him where he thinks like he's so cool and everything. But well, wait, he's actually cool, but he's like he's not the main character that we've had for the past 4 years. And it's like the secondary character and the main character switch spots. I mean, usually the secondary character is like, and now the main character is like that. And I like this change. He snaps, and he henshins to Kamen Rider Geats Magnum. So, the Magnum armor pops out beside him and gets dragged to him with like a sort of machine claw just pushed into him. And then he becomes Kamen Rider Geats Magnum. And the music playing behind him is so cool. It's like calm piano, yet so cool. Like ding 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 ding. And then he fights with his gunslinger ways, and it's so cool. I mean, it's like he knows what he's doing already. Like he's done this 10 million times. He knows what he's doing to fight the Yamato, where the Yamato looks like they're not even trying. And it looks like the Deadmans are more stronger. Like the Gift Juniors are more stronger than these Yamatos. So yeah, thinking of it, we don't have like a main villain for this yet. But do we though? Okay, so my feeling for the main villain is I think coming right after this. So after that, he hops on his motorcycle with Boost. With Kamen Rider Geats Boost. And then we revolve on. So the revolve on is just like the toy. Like the revolve change figure. It just flips. Like, But then flips to Kamen Rider Geats Magnum Boost. Let me get a picture. I didn't take a screenshot though. Okay, Kamen Rider Geats Magnum Boost. And this form just completes everything. I mean, the Magnum itself is so cool. Boost itself so cool. But when combined together, it's amazing. Like, it's simple. But it's also like bulky and everything. So it's cool. So then, right after the henshin, they do a rider kick to that big castle. Which just gets him 1 million plus points. And he wins everything. He beats Azuma. And he just wins the Desire Grand Prix for the millionth time. Because here, we see Sumuri talking to the Game Master, which is maybe the final villain, or not final villain yet, because we've seen from Levi's how messy final villains can get. From George, Akaishi, Gifu, Orteka, Vice. Let's just say him as the main villain, because through his way of speaking, and it looks like he's the one that makes the Desire Grand Prix, so maybe he's the main villain. In the back here, we can see that Esu has won 10 million times. So many times. He's changed the world so many times. And then he changed the world yet again to make a new Desire Grand Prix that's about to start in the next episode. So then, that's all for this video. That's all for this episode. Neon disappeared, but she's okay. Because we see her later on in the ending scene. And when the world is shaped again, Sakurai wakes up from a dream. So he thinks it's all a dream and everything. But then he's eating soba again, but with himself. Where did his sister go? Or maybe his sister is working. Or maybe she's just a dream. I hope not. But then Sumuri comes and the opening plays out in the background. And I absolutely love it from here already. And I can't wait for the full opening. So yeah. He gets the Desire Driver and now he knows that it's not a dream. And Azuma gets the driver again, and he forgot everything about what just happened just now and how, and he doesn't know who Sumuri is or Esu, even though he's fought alongside and he's fought Esu before, but he's a construction worker. He was probably this to be before the world was shaped again. And then Sumuri also gives Neon, which is coincidentally playing with cats too. And then yeah, a new game begins. Esu is the god of the world because he shaped the whole world again. I don't know if the game master is the more like higher power than Esu, but for now, Esu looks like he's all powerful. Literally, he's the one that made this new world, and now he's gonna play in the Desire Grand Prix again as Kamen Rider Geats. So next episode, we'll see Kamen Rider Geats, Kamen Rider Tycoon, Kamen Rider Buffa, Kamen Rider Ginpen, Kamen Rider Nago, Kamen Rider Dapan, not Shiro, and Kamen Rider Mary. So Takeshi is not coming back for this one. I think when the new world comes, everyone that died in the Desire Grand Prix is coming back, just with no memories of the Desire Grand Prix. And if they're not picked back to become a rider again, that means they're just gonna live normal lives again. And they're just gonna forget everything about the Desire Grand Prix. So Takeshi's probably safe now, just being a firefighter. And yeah, I like how only Tycoon has that small wrist, small like tie on his foot. Just gives a bit more character to his suit. And then Kamen Rider Geats Water Boost will debut. And then Kamen Rider Mary, Kamen Rider Nago, and Kamen Rider Tycoon will try their power-ups. So Tycoon will try Shield, Arrow, Nago will try Hammer, and Mary will try Shield. And then Ginpen with Arrow, and Dapan with Magnum. So Dapan is not Shiro. It's a brand new rider. So Shiro, I don't think there's a Kamen Rider Shiro anymore. It's just changed to Dapan now. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and comment below to top about episode 1 of Kamen Rider Geats. And yeah, can't wait for the new opening, and can't wait for episode 2 and more of Ukiyo. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait.